Everybody, it's Katie from Created by Katie. Thanks for joining me today as we make this fun drinking game based on the fun Plinko game. This was an idea that I saw last year around Father's Day, and I think this would make a great Father's Day gift. So it's been on my list of things to do, and so I decided that I was going to create one today as I needed a project that I could donate to a local organization. So for this project, I went ahead and got a sheet of plywood, which measures about 18 inches wide by 24 inches long. And then I used my 1x2s and put them around to create the frame. And then also went ahead and created some small little pieces where the bottle caps will fall into. And they are about 1.5 inches tall. After I got all of that prepared, I went ahead and stained everything. Of course, you can do anything you want when it comes to creating your own project if you want to paint it. I did create another one of these that actually has a white background, and it is just as fun looking, but I went ahead and used stain on this one and made sure that it was all colored up. So I thought that this would be a fun game. It would be an awesome game to have on your deck for a picnic. If you have a cabin at the lake, this would be a very fun game to have. And so I'm excited to finally have got one of these done and to share with other people. When I am staining, I like to use a foam brush and apply the stain mostly in small areas. These are small enough pieces. And then I just use a rag and wipe it off. This helps it to dry a little bit more, and it also makes the stain not quite as dark. Now it's time to add our little nails, is what your bottle caps are going to hit on the way down. I went ahead and got 2-inch long nails because I used my 1x2s as the frame. You want to make sure your nails are not any longer, and you don't want them to be too small that your bottle cap will get lost in there or stuck in there. I started at about 4 inches from the bottom, and then I hammered in a nail every 2 inches. On the second row, which is about 1 inch over, I did 5 inches from the bottom, and again every 2 inches. And then I just repeated that pattern, staggering them as I went. I used my quilting ruler as my guide simply because it has the nice little lip on the bottom that holds it in place and it won't move around on me. I also created the words for this on my Cricut and cut them out with regular vinyl. You could do anything you want. I went ahead and made this into a drinking game because of what I was planning to do with it. If you didn't want it to be a drinking game, you could simply add numbers down at the bottom and then add up your scores. You could customize this with your name, with any kind of thing. If you wanted to put something like a larger logo, you would want to make sure that you did that before you added your nails. But I went ahead and made this into a fun little drinking game. After I measured where everything was going to go, I applied all of my stencil vinyl onto the wood and made sure that it was going to work in between the little pieces that I had cut before. That's why you'll see a couple of them are crooked, but I wanted them to be large enough to see, so I just made them go a little bit on the crooked side, and that's okay. I applied the top also, and then I found these bottle openers at Hobby Lobby, and I'm adding that to the top of my board as well. Now, after I got to this point, my son said, "Mom, that might not work." And he was right. I think what I should have done is switched around the words and the bottle opener, and it would give him more room for the bottle cap to fall through to the bottom. But I'd already screwed it in there, and I didn't want to mess it up. After that, I went ahead and I added my frames just by using my brad nailer and nailing them on there, making sure that everything was square and lining up all of the little pieces that I had for the bottom took a little more time, and you'll see every time I flip it over, I did put that 1x12 on there the wrong direction, and so I just had to go back through and stain it. But I just went ahead and used my nail gun and made sure that everything was nice and secure. I put the brads along the bottom so then I could use those for a guide to nail into the back. And we're basically done. Now we just need to add some plexiglass. I just went to my local glass shop It just happens to be that it was owned by my mom and dad, and they helped me cut some plexiglass to the size that I needed. And then I put it on and drilled a few pilot holes. And I did this before I took the back off just because I wanted to make sure it was not going to have any problems. So I left the back on until after I drilled the pilot holes. And I just put 4, one in each corner. I ripped off the backing, and then we are ready to attach it with some screws. Again, if you wanted to do a design here, you could definitely do that on top of the plexiglass too. Not a problem. It's totally customizable. And if you create this project, I would love to see how you guys decorated your own. So that is basically my project for the day. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video and that you come back for more. I have lots of projects in the works and I love being able to share them with you. So until next time, enjoy the rest of the video and I will see you guys all shortly.